Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful, fantastic, productive day, and I hope that you had time to enjoy the beautiful autumn air. So this video is going to be a transitional video, like the weather is transitioning. So am I to my next segment of topics that I want to discuss. But I kind of wanted to pause here where I am in my channel because we have the last 3 months of the year. We have October, November, December, and I just got a text message. And it seems like during this last quarter of the year, this is the time that we take and we kind of reflect on what we have accomplished and what we have yet to accomplish. And depending on your mindset, it is easy to become discouraged or overwhelmed. And I am here to say, don't be. There are different ways of looking at this last 3 months of the year. So you could look at it as a jump start to the next year. And this will propel you and give you a solid platform next year to make your next move, so you can set that foundation. And if you have that perspective, then you're more likely to be successful and productive. And so how do you do that? If you haven't gotten a planner, I know it's the last 3 months of the year, but they sell planners that are 18-month planners, and they start in the middle of June usually. They have these 24-month planners, and they start typically January. But anyway, what I'm trying to illustrate here is not all the planners start at the beginning of the year. Not all of them start January, because the manufacturers caught on to this. You define your year. You set the timeline, so they don't all start. It's a calendar beginning. So anyway, I've talked about calendars before. Digital calendars, physical calendars, audio calendars, whatever type of person you are, recognize that within yourself and ask yourself what makes you the most productive, and then act accordingly. So, one example of preparation of next year. So with my garden, I know I reference it a lot, but it's something that I really dedicate a lot of time to. So this is the time that my roses, they start to die, and it's a little sad, but there's another way of looking at that, because now is also the perfect time for me to start planting my tulips so that they bloom next year. So what I'm saying, because not everybody has a garden, this is a great time for preparation. There's all kinds of ways to prepare. You can prepare your finances. You can prepare your physical dwelling, your home. You can prepare your mindset and your career and ready yourself for that next promotion. Gain the skills, the certification, the coursework, college credits, whatever it is. But I always believe that you don't want to just focus on one thing at a time, but you also don't want to overwhelm yourself. For me personally, I find that if I focus on more than 3 major projects at one time, I tend to be overwhelmed. And so you have to define what a major project is for you. Is a major project something that's 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? And then along with those major projects, of course, you break those down into smaller projects and day-to-day things. Oh my gosh, that's the most dramatic meow. Shift of topics. So overall, this is about productivity. And oftentimes in certain cultures, like pretty much every culture, we all think about how we lack time. And I mean, we all have the same amount of hours in the day. We all have different responsibilities and schedules and so on. But I have noticed within myself that the internet can absorb a lot of time. So make sure that when you are on the internet, you ask yourself, what are you doing? And like, whenever you are on the internet, I recommend that you put in specific searches instead of just letting things constantly just come at you. So it keeps you mindful, and it time is a terrible thing to waste. So this segment is from A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, and this is the opening line. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way, in short. The period was so far like the present period that some of the noisiest authorities insisted on its being received for good or for evil, the superlative degree of comparison only. I'm pretty sure I said this in one of my videos, but I'm going to say it again because it was an epiphany I had and it just really stuck with me. When you make a to-do list, for your day, make sure you put something fun on it. Like at least one fun thing, like eat a brownie. If you feel like you deserve a brownie. I was making a to-do list and I was just writing a to-do list and I got stressed and I was like, well, this isn't going to be fun at all. Put something fun on your to-do list. Why not? Fun is essential for the human spirit. One key element that I see for productivity is motivating yourself and having a positive mindset, because it makes you more efficient, it makes you more confident, it makes you everything is just so much better. If you ever walk into someone's office, you will notice certain things, and a lot of the times you'll see something up to signify some personal achievement, some career achievement. That's not just for the person walking in the office. That is the person in the office. It's a reminder. It's a physical representation of what their internal motivation and drive has manifested into. It's a reminder of what they have accomplished, and a reminder of what they have yet to achieve. Okay, so I dare you to make a 3-month plan. I dare you to pick one thing each month that you really, really, really focus in on, and then carry that next thing to the next month. Now, maybe you keep on focusing on that one thing, okay? Or maybe you rotate your focus somewhere else to priority number 2. I was watching some documentary, and I think that was what was I was doing. Maybe I was reading a book. But it brought up that it's important to not only set goals, but to also put up a physical picture of what you want at the end once you accomplish your goals. Like if you want that house, then you have a picture of a house like in your view every day. If you want a nice vacation, boom, you got a beach every day that you see somewhere. So how do you encourage yourself? You can put an inspirational message on your devices or like an inspirational image. And it doesn't have to be like a cliche, inspirational, whatever. It's what's inspiring to you or who inspires you. This video is perfectly imperfect, but that's okay because I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for a positive impact.